Hey guys, Nabil from Topaz. Hope you're doing well. Today I've got a cool video for you. As you can see behind me, I've got some hypercars right here. I've got an AMG Project One. Yep, that's the first one in the world that's here, and we're going to be doing detailing PPF on it, all sorts of stuff. I got an Aston Martin Vulcan here behind me as well, which you would have seen on our channel before. We've got another one in, and actually I think it looks epic. It's a few years old when you look at the design, but actually it looks amazing, phenomenal. And also there's another little car, because here behind me I've got three cars, and they're about over 3,000 horsepower between these three cars. And there's a car right here, which is, as you can see right here, it's the Aston Martin Valkyrie. Yep, it's another one that we've got in. Love the combination on this one. It's going to be an epic video. I'll catch up with you at the end.
Nabil isn't here right now, but I'm Thomas, the social media manager here at Topaz in London. Nabil showed you the AMG One. He mentioned it's one of the very first in the world, one of the first at Topaz. And what does that mean? The patterns for our PPF, they don't just come out of thin air. No one gives us to them. We've got to design every single new car that we see that comes to us. When we get our hands on it, we've got to go through every panel of the car, and we've got to template the pieces of PPF that are going to go on the car. So how do we do that? Ronnie over here is our PPF designer. He's been with Topaz over 5 years. He's the best in the world when it comes to designing pieces of PPF, and he's going to tell you now a little bit about it.
Yeah, this is how it starts, the design process. Basically, what a senior technician would do, they'd lay a piece of film on the car and they'd bring me a pattern of each panel, each piece of the car, which is what we're looking at here. And then we're taking this pattern onto the board and we're transferring it from a physical pattern to a computational design.
So it's not as simple as just outlining this, is it? You've got to design extra bits into this piece of film to make it fit nicely on the car.
Of course, you've got to adjust it, make sure it's covered, all areas, it fits how we want it.
Wrap around.
Yeah, and then once we're happy with all the patterns, we'll upload it onto our server for all our sites, internationally and in the UK.
Nice one.
To have access to, and yeah, then we go from there.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Ronnie. That's brilliant. So that's how we design, a little bit of how we design. We're not going to tell you everything because it is a secret process, how we design our PPF, which means all the pieces are now ready to go on the car and we can fully protect the car. And of course, if we find any pieces that need adjustment along the way, the PPF installers will bring it back to Ronnie and say, this bit doesn't fit quite right, let's bring this in a few millimeters. We could wrap around here, we think we could do this piece in one section and so on. And Ronnie will perfect them for them, and then we'll finalize those designs. And actually, every car that comes to us, we save the PPF patterns for that car to the chassis number. So if ever that car gets damaged in the future, a piece of the film gets chipped or scuffed, we can just bring up the chassis number of the car and we can print out exactly the piece we need to replace, and we know that it's going to fit. So it's a really clever process. It's one of the things that sets Topaz apart from the rest. As I said, let's jump into the process now of actually installing the film. The car's not quite ready to show you the finished result on the amazing AMG One, but we've got all sorts going on in the workshop at the moment. We've got this incredible Verde Hermes SVJ Roadster coming down the ramp, then all kinds of cars getting worked on over here. If you want to follow me, here we've got a lovely, lovely red Huracan STO, and then this is a gold Ferrari SF90. All of these cars down here are getting our paint protection film fitted to them. And then over there, we've got a satin grey that's been protected with our Stealth PPF Ferrari 296 GTB. Lots of very, very nice cars here. This is the action end at the moment. We've got two Aston Martin hypercars. One of them you've already seen in the video close up. Another one we'll show you more about later on and in a follow-up video. But as you can see, lots of really cool cars here in the workshop at the moment. Lamborghini Urus getting our satin conversion. So you see the bumper at the moment's in gloss and the wing is in satin. That's because our Stealth film is transforming the look of the car to a matte black finish. So all sorts going on in the workshop at the moment. This is our PPF area. Let's head upstairs now and show you the detailing area before we're going to show you the finished result on the AMG One. Upstairs now on our detailing level. And around here we've got a lot of cars that are being tidied up, prepared for handover to the customer after paint protection film. We've got the new KN Turbo GT, a CLA 35 AMG, and then at the back this apple green Rolls-Royce Dawn. What an epic thing. We're actually about to pull this car downstairs, ready for handover to the customer, so we'll get some shots of that as well. Really cool spec, green with the tan leather interior. I'm a big fan. So something we started doing recently with our PPF is making sure there are no join lines around places like the wing mirrors. Conventionally, a lot of PPF places will put a join line here on the door to wrap around the wing mirror, or they take the wing mirror off, which obviously is an involved process which you don't necessarily want to do. So recently we've developed a way of steaming the film so that we can stretch the film without damaging it over the wing mirror, which Tommy here is about to do. Look at that, straight on there, and the film is now around the wing mirror, and once you squeegee that into place, it's going to be seamless and you're not even going to be able to know that there's any paint protection film on there. So showing you lots of brand new cars, amazing cars getting PPF, but it is not just new cars that benefit from our treatments. This old school, because it is old school now, Ferrari 360 Challenge Stradale looks amazing in silver, and it's currently being fully protected by Grant over here and Carl's hidden around the back. This car, beautiful, beautiful car in stunning condition, and it's now going to be better than new with full Topaz PPF all over it. So I said it's not just new cars in the workshop with the 360 Challenge Stradale. Upstairs as well, on our detailing level, we've got this amazing E46 M3 Cabriolet. Very, very cool car. Currently having our level 2 detail, which is just a refresh, 80% correction factor to make this car look as good as it did the day it left the factory. Hello guys, so the AMG One is now complete. So I'm going to give you a quick look around this incredible AMG hypercar. So this is the AMG One, as I said. Some of you might know it as the Project One, and it was developed by AMG, Mercedes High Performance branch, using their 2016 Formula One World Championship winning engine. Yes, that's right. This car features the 1.6 litre V6 turbo engine from the Formula One car, an actual Formula One car on the road. That's absolutely insane. The years it took in development to get this thing right, all the details on it to allow this car to be on the button, to be driven on the road, to be road legal as well. It's absolutely insane. So we're going to show you now some of the cool details on this car, some of the things you might not have seen already, and hopefully you're going to enjoy it. So So I mentioned that this car is pretty special, but just how special is it? This is one of only 275 that will ever be made, and this one in particular is one of the very first in the world, one of the first customer cars, and of course it's here at Topaz for the paint protection film treatment, which you'll have seen some of earlier in the video. This car costs £2.3 million, which is a lot of money, but with that you get a 0 to 60 time of 2.9 seconds from the 1,049 brake horsepower combined total power, as well as a top speed of 219 miles an hour. But let me show you some of the things we've done on this car. I'm going to start with the interior, because the interior is pretty impressive. Open the doors like this. Of course, it's got hypercar style doors. On the inside of the car, probably the first thing that you're going to notice is this incredible Formula One style steering wheel, and it's even got buttons like DRS, which a lot of you, if you're Formula One fans, will know as drag reduction system, and PASS, which uses the electric motor for an extra boost if you're trying to get that overtake finished on track, because of course this is a very track orientated car. Another thing you'll notice is these amazing AMG seats which sort of cocoon you in the car. They don't move forward or backwards at all. They're not adjustable. Instead, you move the pedals and the steering wheel to you as the driver, and then the passenger doesn't have any adjustment. But what have we done in here? Obviously I mentioned that we PPF'd the car, and you'll see plenty of shots of that in the video. On the inside there's a lot of carbon fibre here that's just begging for scratches from people's watches, shoes, anything else, handbags. So we've PPF'd pretty much everything you can see and touch that's carbon fibre in here. All around here, there's plastic as well to stop it getting any scratches. All the way around here, anything you can touch, we've protected to make sure it stays looking this fantastic and does the car justice for many, many years to come. So on the outside of this car, you can see this is a pretty extraordinary design, and when it comes to PPF we have to work around that. So all of these incredible angles and edges all have to be completely protected. Bits like this will just collect stone chips, especially from these absolutely huge, this is another detail I should point out, these huge Michelin Cup 2R tyres that were specially developed for the car, to the extent that they even have the silhouette of the AMG One on the sidewall, so no other car in the world is using these tyres. But anyway, back to PPF, and a car like this with this incredible F1 livery on it with all of the stars, if you ever needed to respray it, it would simply be impossible. So that's why from the word go, this car is brand new, 0 miles on it. From the word go, the car is properly protected at Topaz to the highest standard. Mentioning the livery, there's one very special little detail in this star livery, and it is the red star, and that is a nod to the late Niki Lauda, who of course was heavily involved in the Mercedes Formula One team. So that's a very nice little touch there. But that's all there is for this car today. The car's going to get loaded up onto a truck now and delivered to the happy customer. Next week we've got 2 other very special cars over there that we're going to show you more of in the next video, so make sure to stay tuned for them. So the AMG is now safely back to the customer. Let me show you these 2 other very, very special cars that we have in the workshop at the moment. You've seen this car being worked on in the video already. It is of course the Aston Martin Vulcan, one of only 24 ever made, track only, and we're fully protecting this car, as you've seen in the video, and we detailed it for our friends at Super Futura. However, next week's video, we're going to show you another very, very special car. This is a very good client of ours, Aston Martin Valkyrie. Just look at that colour. We're going to show you everything from the workshop next week, but we're going to focus as well on this very, very special car. Incredible to have Aston Martin's 2 latest hypercars side by side. I don't think many other places in the world outside of Aston Martin can say that they've got the Vulcan and the Valkyrie next to each other. So thank you so much for watching, and tune in again next week to see this car being worked on.